How's it going, everybody? My name is Iron Pacifist, and welcome back to my Level 3 Ironman Progress series. As a reminder where we are, in the last episode we got 99 smithing, giving us 1546 total and putting us only 2 skills away from max. This episode is going to be focused on fletching, and we're going to be doing a whole lot of different methods. Just trying to squeeze every drop of XP we can out of our bank, because this is going to be one of the harder skills. So let's go take a look at the bank and see what we're going to be starting with. So the main method that we're going to be doing is broad arrows, but I do want to make as few of those as possible in order to save our cash stack, which is basically blood runes, and our redwood log stack. We're going to cut as few of these as possible and spend as little money as possible. So let's take a look at the sidebar. And over here, we're going to use all of the fletching supplies that we can first. Other than the teak and mahogany logs, I'm not going to make crossbow stocks. That's a waste of time. But all of the other stuff, the regular logs, we're definitely going to use these. We're going to cut these into longbows, and we're even going to string those longbows. And the darts, we're going to make all of these into darts, including the dragon darts. Once we get the level 95, we will be using those on this grind. But to start with, I'd like to grab the rest of the materials that we need. Starting with flax. Yes, genuinely, I am going to go pick flax and spin it into bowstrings, because there's no better way to get bowstrings in bulk on this build. So I'm going to head over to my favorite flax field and see you guys over there. Well, we're over in Land's End. This is my favorite flax picking field. It's very close to a bank. It's low population. We only need a few hundred. I've done this before. This should be a pretty quick grind. I'll see you very shortly. Well, as expected, picking that flax was very quick. 1,000 flax in about half an hour. So, time to head over and turn them all into bowstrings. Another very quick method, only about 45 minutes to make all these bowstrings over here in Lumbridge Castle. So now we have everything we need for our first method. So we're going to start off with a value of about 600k here, and we're going to turn all of these materials into strung longbows, and we'll see how much we gain or lose from the first stage of our fletching grind. Time to get some XP. And there is the last of our logs cut. It is time to turn all of these into some bows. And just a couple of minutes after finishing the myth darts, here is 94 fletching. I think these addies will definitely get us up to the next level, so I'm going to work on that. And here are the last 2 of our longbows. That is all our wood used up, and if we take a look at the sidebar, we gained about 160k XP from that. Totally worth it, in my opinion. Let's take a look at the money. And the reminder, here's where we started with 600k, and we are now at 900k. So we actually made some solid profit cutting these and stringing them, but I can't alch them, so we're going to lose all of that profit. It's just going to sit in the bank forever. Next up, it's time to use up all of the metal we made. We got all these dart tips and about 36 mil worth. It's time to put feathers on them. I think first we're going to have to buy a handful of feathers. Yeah, took a look in the bank. We need about 250k feathers. I've got about 184k. All of these came from birdhouse runs. I've never had to buy feathers on this account. So we're going to go buy some and probably lose a bit more money there, but that's okay. We'll get up to 250k. And there's our 250k feathers. Didn't even change our cash stack down from green. I don't actually know what it was before. I didn't check, but I don't think it cost that much. It only took like 10 minutes, but wasn't very fun. So now it's time to make darts, and I am not looking forward to this, but I'm going to go find somewhere pretty to stand for the next couple weeks while I work on this slowly. And by work on this, to be clear, I mean work on giving myself RSI. So, you know, let's do that next to this pretty swaying tree. And with this fletch, we will be at 93 fletching. I totally missed 92 doing these on mobile, but yeah, there you go, 93. And there's the last of the myth darts. Just a bit short of level 94. I'm going to go get my addy darts. I'm just kidding. I'm going to use the addy darts I've already gotten and finish up this level. So I switched to mobile here, so excuse the aspect ratio, but I just wanted to show off the fletching method I use. If I turn on my magnifier and zoom in, you can look for magnification settings, and we can now tap back and forth very quickly between these two with them zoomed in so much. And you can see I'm doing 2 to 3 fletches per tick, occasionally 4, but not very often. I think over time I average probably closer to 1.8 to 2, but when I just start and my fingers are fresh, I can do, you know, like 2.5 to 3, but I'll slow down over time. But yeah, this is super, super fast. You can see the XP rate there coming in. The XP per hour is not right, but you know, it's fast. That's the point. I'm going to finish up these darts. And this next fletch is going to put us at 95 fletching. We can now make dragon darts that we have in our inventory, which is fantastic. And here is the last of our Addy darts, and might as well do these 50 rune darts as well. And hey, we got the level, so why not the dragon? This is all of the dragon darts from this account, mostly from buying de-imp calls while going incredibly dry on my glory. But there they all go. That is years worth of dragon darts collected from imps, all gone. Our darts are done. Let's go take a look at the profit and loss on these guys. And here's a reminder of what we started with, just under 36 mil, and we're ending with 3.5. A loss of over 30 mil. Not gonna lie, that kind of hurts to look at. We're gonna move on and not talk about that one anymore. And moving on, we've processed pretty much everything, and we're down to arrows. So taking a look at the calculator, we're gonna need about 343,126 arrows approximately to get to 99. So I'm going to start with cutting those arrow shafts. I want to wait to burn all the bank value, so we're going to start with the arrow shafts and then move on from there. Bank standing at Edgeville, cutting arrow shafts, and just want to give a shout out to over here to Ultra Tyrone, first person ever to ask me about my YouTube channel in game. So shout out you, dude. And here goes the last of our redwood logs into arrow shafts. This went much quicker than I expected, only about an hour and a half. So that was pretty chill. And if we examine this, we're going to see we are over that 343,126. We had to go a little over just because of the number that they get cut in. So it's time to go get some feathers. And here are the last of the feathers that we need to buy for 99 fletching. Cash stack dropped under green, which it's been at for quite a while, so that's kind of sad to look at, but it's only going to get worse when we buy the arrowheads, so I guess we'll be happy with what it is for now. That process was a lot less fun than cutting the arrow shafts. I don't really like Shopscape very much, but it wasn't too bad, only about 10 to 15 minutes. But it does make me not look forward to doing it again, buying the arrowheads. Oh well. And this will be the last of the headless arrows made on this grind. We're going to get and finish just these last few. I shouldn't have walked, but I needed to go to the bank afterwards. And there we go, our 344k headless arrows. And if we put them into the bank and we take a look at the banked XP, we're going to refresh this and see that that's the wrong one. That's not what I meant to do. Calculator, fletching, broad arrows, and we want to get to 99. We need 341k broad arrows. And guess how many? We have headless arrows, more than that. So we are going to be good. Let's go buy some arrow tips. Well, I almost forgot we had to sell some runes, so I'm going to get on doing that. I'm going to go to, you can see another Ironman's been selling. It's a good thing Ali doesn't change prices. I'm going to go to about, I think 25 mil is going to be a safe amount, so I don't have to come back and do this a second time. So that's 15 more mil. So I will see you guys when we have a 25 mil cash stack. And with this next sale, we are over 25 mil cash stack. Not the biggest cash stack we've ever had on the account, but a biggest one we've had in a long time. The biggest was about 35 mil after doing agility. Looks like we used about, how much is that? 75,000 blood runes. So a bit of a hurt to the blood rune stack, but that's okay. We'll survive. It was worth it for the 99. Or will be worth it. We're not there yet. And now everything I've been doing for the last week, which was first buying feathers and then putting them on arrows, we're basically going to do that exact same thing again. I'm going to buy broad arrows, open them, and then put them on arrows. Literally the exact same two steps I just did, just with different pictures on them. And also it will cost a lot more money, but it will get us way more XP. Instead of getting less than one full level, which we didn't even get. We started at 94 beginning, and we didn't even get all the way through it, or 95 beginning, and we didn't even get to 96. So we're going to get way more XP, though, so that's the exciting part. So I'm going to buy up 340k broad arrows, and then we're gonna put these babies on, and we're gonna get ourselves a 99. Well, with these 2 packs, that is going to be all of the arrowheads we need. We have done 11 different activities so far this video working on 99 fletching. Fletching is such a difficult skill to kind of get every piece of XP out of, so we are, because I just don't want to waste all my money. So we've done 11 different activities. We're on to activity number 12, or maybe this is activity 11, I'm not sure. But it's time to get some real juicy XP. The last thing we're going to do for 99. I will see you guys very shortly with the first level on this grind. Making the first of our broad arrows, and oh my god, these XP drops are so huge compared to the 15 XP drops I was getting making the headless arrows. So 10x on the XP drop, absolutely massive increase. Barely any arrows left until the first level on this grind. As expected, just a few minutes later, we're getting the first level on this grind. 96 fletching. 3 more to go for 99. And with these next 2 fletches, that's going to bring us up to 97 fletching. Second level on the grind of the broad arrows. Only 2 more to go. Also, shout out to Perctivated. I didn't ignore you. You were AFK when I was AFK when you sent this, and I added you and tried to respond after I came back, but you were already offline. So, sorry, but shout out to you. I AFK a lot. Almost hard to believe. 98 fletching. Only 1 level left for another cape. Well, boys, here in Edgeville Bank, we're going to do the last fletch here, and there is 99 fletching on the level 3 Ironman. Would you look at that? 1 skill left to max. Can we do it? I think we can. I had like 2,500 or so arrows left, so here goes the last of them. That is the last arrows we will fletch on this account for a very long time. 344k broad arrows that we cannot equip. So we spent about 22 mil on the arrow tips, and the headless arrows were pretty much negligible. But after all of that, we have nothing, because they're untradeable. Well, I guess you go by the ALC value. I could sell them to Mertonthwaite for 12.5 mil, which I'm not going to do. But they'll sit in the bank forever now and not contribute anything to my bank value. Sweet. And as usual, we'll take a look at our temple page for the last month or so. It's 7.2 mil XP gained, 7.15 of that was fletching, and then some, you know, token smithing and crafting XP. Here's the little graph of us gaining our fletching XP, all the different methods you can see. Taking a look at our records, we are rank 25 for day fletching and rank 11 for 3-day fletching. Not sure how that worked. My 3-day is better than my 1-day when they're the same number. That doesn't make any sense, but oh well. And the 6-hour, I did not realize the 6-hour was so low. I could have done this 1.3 mil in a 6-hour. It was all darts. I could have crushed this record. I had no idea it was so low, so I didn't even try. I thought the fletching would be much higher. I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't try, because it's getting that many more darts is not going to happen for a long time on this account. And then we can take a look at EHP. 1 skill from max. We are ranked 93, level 3 Ironman by EHP at 1274, and by total level, we are ranked 38, level 3 Ironman. So quite a bit higher on total level, which means that there's a lot of people down here that have way more EHP. And you can see, even by total XP, look at how many of these accounts that I have higher total level than have significantly more XP than me. I don't know why. I guess that's just how people play level 3 Ironman. They tend to focus in on single skills and 200 mils much more than I do going for max, which I find more fun. But I think that's it for the stat blocks. So I think that's going to call it for this episode. We got our 99 fletching. We are 1 skill to max on the level 3 Ironman. I hope you enjoyed all the different methods we used. Get subscribed for that last video. Next one's going to be the maxing video. But until then, take care. Bye-bye.